Hey, what's happening, gang? Bobby Spellman here for another episode of Trumpet with Bob. This will be my second video on extended techniques for trumpet. And in this video, I would like to talk about one of my favorite extended techniques, the half valve. The half valve is employed largely in jazz and improvised music for two reasons. One, it gives a little bit of a different color to the notes that you're playing, and also it can be used for a great glissando effect, or connecting different notes through the instrument by smearing one note into the next note. So, let's talk a little bit about how you can achieve these sounds using the half valve technique on trumpet. Just like the name implies, using the half valve technique is really about just pushing your valves halfway down. What you'll notice is, if you don't push the valve all the way down, you're going to get a slightly different timbre from the instrument. Now, the notes are not going to lock into place in the way that they do if you have the valves all the way open or all the way down. So you create this slippery effect with a slightly different tone of the instrument. I'm going to start by just using my second valve halfway down so that you can get a feel for what that sounds like. That's all the way down. Here's the half valve sound. Now with that valve pushed halfway down, you're going to be able to move those notes around in kind of a slippery way in between these various different notes. You can do that with any of the valves. You can push the first valve halfway down. You can do combinations of the three of them. All right? But in general, if you're just trying to create a particular sound with the instrument, it's best to just choose one valve and to push it halfway down. I often like to use the second valve or the first valve, depending on the context. This is a technique that is used frequently by musicians such as Miles Davis and Lee Morgan. You can hear it throughout the jazz world, but Miles Davis in particular would use those little half valve notes just to give an interesting little color to one or two of the notes in one of his improvised lines. So it might sound something like this. You can get just a little bit of a different timbre on some of those notes and give it a slightly more vocal quality, perhaps. Give it a little bit of a different color than you'd have in other notes. All right, now another thing that you can use the half valve technique for is smearing notes into each other. What I like to do with that is, rather than pushing one or two of the valves halfway down, is I'll push all three of the valves halfway down, try to reach that middle point where you're getting these slippery notes, and then be able to move one freely to the next. You get a particular sound as you do that, but it enables you to create a smooth glissando effect between different notes. That may sound something like this. You can also use that effect for falls. So if you're starting on a high note and you're going to fall down, you can use the half valve technique to allow you to slide easily from those higher notes to the lower notes for that kind of an effect. All right? Now, the trick to getting these half valve techniques is just to practice where you need to get the valve in order to get the sound that you're looking for. It just takes a little bit of practice to really find that sweet spot where the valve is going to be it's going to give you that tone that you're looking for. So there's no great secret to that. It's really just getting that valve halfway down. If you push it too far down, you're not going to get the effect. If you don't push it down far enough, you're not going to get the effect. The goal is to get it halfway down, and you can find that different notes are going to give you, a slightly different effect as you go, and whatever note you choose to use it on, you're going to be able to create a slightly different timbre and spice up your music with some different timbres. All right? No great secret to that, just pushing the valve halfway down to try to get some of those effects. All right, I hope that video was helpful in your quest for half valving excellence. If you got any questions or comments, be sure to leave them in the comments, and I'll get back to you just as soon as we can. All right, thanks, gang. Have a great time practicing. We'll see you on the next one. All right, folks, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you found it useful or informative or just entertaining, be sure to give us a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment if you got any questions or if this video helped you out, or be sure to send it along to any of your trumpet playing friends. We're currently offering lessons online, and you can visit our website at www.ridgewoodschoolofmusic.com. We're also offering lessons in person in the Brooklyn, Queens, and greater New York City area. Be sure to send us a message and we'll get back to you just as soon as we can. You can also follow me, Bobby Spellman, on Instagram at @BobSpellman, on Facebook at Bobby Spellman Music, or on Twitter at Bobby Spellman for some more trumpet fun. Lastly, if you found this video useful and you'd like to give a little donation to the cause, you can find us on Venmo at Ridgewood Music. All tips will go to the creation of more videos like this one, and we really appreciate it. Thanks a lot, gang. We'll see you on the next one, and happy practicing.